Take two people, one person is having normal weight. Both the people have same BMI, but one person works out, another person is having more sedentary work. Workout person is eating healthy, other one is dependent on processed foods. Does both of them have same health? No. Exercise could be anything. It could be walking or you're swimming or any kind of training in the gym. To start off with, even walking is much better than just sitting sedentary at home. So, walking or any kind of exercise has got fantastic benefits on overall health, starting from your cardiovascular health to improving blood circulation, improving your memory, focus, attention, your decision making, and the way you feel throughout the day, like the energy and the happiness. So, overall, I would say exercise is not just for losing weight, it will improve your metabolism, keep you in good health, happiness, and good cardiovascular fitness as well. And it also improves your bone and muscle health. Since you're asking about body composition, let me tell you there are many different variables or markers when we look at how we assess a person to be healthy. Starting from simply weighing a person's weight. Not just weight, if you look at other parameters like height or even BMI, there are many variables, right? Like how we define health to be. So BMI is one such thing, which is body mass index, which is comparing one's weight to the height of a person. So when you look at overall health assessment, it is very complex, it is very comprehensive. So that's why one single marker cannot define health. We have to look into various things like heart rate variability, blood pressure, respiratory rate, body mass index, and beyond that, what else? Take two people, one person is having normal weight, normal BMI. Both the people have same BMI, but one person works out, another person is having more sedentary work. The workout person is eating healthy, other one is dependent on processed foods. Does both of them have same health? No. But they have both have same body mass index. This is where body composition comes into play. No matter what your BMI is, it comes back to what is your muscle mass, what is your body fat index, and what is your bone density. Because now we know body fat percentage is more important. The higher your body fat percentage, the more you're prone for chronic diseases. So when it comes to determining health, body composition is more important than falling just into ideal BMI range. We already know body mass index have been used since decades to assess person's health, which is not bad, but it is not everything. BMI is not everything to define a person's health. Beyond that, we need to see what is the waist circumference, what is waist to hip ratio, what is waist to height ratio, what is neck circumference. These are certain variables. But beyond that, body fat percentage is more important. Now there are various ways to assess it. One is DEXA scan, which is dual energy X-ray absorptiometry, which detects what is the fat percentage, what is the muscle mass, and also the bone density. And beyond that, we also have MRIs in place, which are used in different setups to detect body mass, body fat percentage. When we say body fat, we have two kinds of fat. One is visceral fat, one is subcutaneous fat. What is more important for us is visceral fat because that will give us the assessment as to what the person's future is going to be. If you have more visceral fat, more likelihood for you to develop chronic diseases. As you already know, smoking causes various health impacts, right? Same way, sitting also can reduce your blood flow. The body circulation is reduced, and henceforth, there's increased risk of deposition of fatty acids within your blood vessels. And also, there's increased risk of blood clotting. Not just that, the way we utilize our foods also will change if we are going to sit more, because the way our fats are metabolized will change. The way we metabolize our carbohydrates will change. So your metabolism will change. Not just that, if you're sitting for long periods of time, your gluteal muscles also will weaken up. So you'll lose the strength in the lower body, and if you're growing older, your risk of injuries and falls will increase. So that is why we say sitting is new smoking, because as smoking increases your risk for all the chronic diseases, same way sedentary lifestyle also will increase your risk for chronic diseases. And walking is very important because when we talk about pillars of good health, we say it is good nutrition, stress management, sleep, exercise, and movement. Why there is a fifth pillar called movement? Because there are people who work out for 1 hour a day and sit rest of the day for rest of the hours. But a person who is active, like walking to a grocery store, walking along their dog, or trying to take a bus, these people walk more or move more throughout the day, no matter they're exercising or not. If they're moving more, they're going to burn more non-exercise activity thermogenesis. They're burning more calories, their blood circulation is happening more. So I think movement as a fifth pillar is more crucial along with exercise. Yes, though walking is a very good way of keeping your body active, but walking alone is not enough when you're looking at other goals like improving your overall health. You need to do strength training, you need to increase your heart rate, your blood pressure whenever you're trying to exercise. So that is what happens. We build up our blood pressure, we build up our heart rate because we keep the blood flowing, we make the heart more stronger, we improve our metabolism. So we find these wonderful benefits to prevent all the chronic diseases when we do just more than walking. So if you want to build your overall fitness, just walking isn't enough. You need to add more aerobic, anaerobic, and strength training exercises. So whenever we start to exercise, it could be walking, jogging, swimming, or sprinting, or your mountaineering, whatever it is, you're trying to pump more blood from your heart towards your muscles, right? So during that time, your blood pressure increases, your heart rate increases. During that initial time, your body will use up your body fats to burn calories to get the energy, to get the muscles moving. During this time, we use up oxygen. This is called aerobic respiration, or this is called aerobic exercise. The time where we are using up body fats to burn calories to keep the body moving. During this time, you're using oxygen. But after a period of time, when the intensity of exercise is increasing, your body has surpassed that stage. It can't use up oxygen anymore. It is beyond that limit. During this phase, your body will use up glycogen stores from your muscle to get that glucose. This doesn't need oxygen. This is called anaerobic exercise. So aerobic exercises are those exercises which are done for long time, like walking for 30 minutes, swimming for 30 minutes, or more than that, 30, 45 minutes, or 1 hour, or your marathons, which needs a steady pace of movement in the body for a certain sustained period of time. These kind of exercises are aerobic exercises. These are the exercises which use up mostly your fats and some of your carbs as well. So during this time, you can sustain the exercise, but you are not putting so much power, that you are not increasing the speed. You are at a set limit, like you're cruising the car at a very minimal speed. So this is very good to improve your endurance, very good to build your heart health, vascular health, respiratory health. The way you utilize oxygen also improves. So it will delay all your chronic diseases. Now, coming to anaerobic exercise, this needs speed, this needs power. So muscles move more faster. It could be short periods of intense exercise. So it could be high intensity interval exercises, or it could be muscle building exercises, strength training, or plyometrics, or jumping jacks, or box squats, things like this, or mountain climbers. These are short periods of intense exercise. This is where after a certain period of time, your body will use up glycogen stores for energy. During this time, body doesn't need oxygen. We get into something called anaerobic exercise. We need this kind of exercise as well. It's not just enough that you are doing just aerobics, which is good to improve cardiovascular health. Anaerobic exercises also will improve your cardiovascular health, but beyond that, it will improve your muscle mass. It will prevent your muscle loss. It will improve your bone health. It will improve your power, the speed. because it is going to fire up more active fibers in the muscle. So that is the reason we need to use both aerobic exercises and anaerobic exercises and strength training exercises in our day-to-day regime to improve overall fitness. So as I said, aerobic is very good to improve cardiovascular fitness, but that is not just enough to keep us living longer, healthier. After the age of 40, we keep losing our muscle mass every year. To prevent that, we need to, like how we train our heart to pump more blood, we need to train our muscles to build more muscle and prevent the loss. That's the reason we need to strength train, or we use different names for it, resistance train or whatever. We need to increase strength training as we progress, as we age. See, for example, take a 20-year-old or 30-year-old. They need more aerobics. They need less of muscle building exercises. But as you age, once you turn 40, you need to do 50% of the time, you need to be doing strength training exercises to prevent muscle loss and to build muscle and to improve your bone density. And 50% of the time, you also need to do cardiovascular exercises. So I would say, as you're growing more and more older, you need to improve your more strength training exercises. Given the age and sex of an individual and where their current fitness level is and what their goal is, it changes to what percentage they should be doing aerobic exercises, what percentage they should be doing strength training exercises. Imagine he or she is not a very sedentary individual. They are 35 years old. Their goal is to maintain overall health. Then I would say 60% should be the cardiovascular fitness, and to improve the cardiovascular fitness by aerobic and anaerobic exercises, and 40% of the time should be their strength training exercises. So you could say 3 to 4 times a day, 3 to 4 times a week, you should be doing aerobic exercises. At least once a week, you should be doing this high intensity interval training, which is anaerobic exercise. And at least 3 times a week, you should be doing strength training exercises. This is like an example for a 35-year-old who is already a little bit active but want to improve their overall health. Over-exercising is very bad. See, exercising not enough is bad. Same way, over-exercising is equally bad. Because we need to give enough time for our muscle to recover after the exercise. See, let me tell you, you are doing anaerobic exercises. So you're putting your body into short periods of intense training. After the workout, the wonderful benefits happen where your metabolism is increasing and your muscle will use up oxygen more and you'll burn more calories after doing a high intensity interval training. These benefits happen when you give body the time to recover. So recovery is very important. In that recovery period, sleep is important and not overdoing is important. So you need to give that enough rest. By rest, I mean good sleep as well, and not getting back to back or going into back to back exercises. So, and during recovery, good nutrition is equally important. So it's important that you are not, taking too much calorie restricted food, because you need that enough fuel coming into the body to get the benefits of repair after you exercise. Sleep is important for overall health. When it comes to pillars of health, to maintain overall health, we talk about nutrition, sleep, stress management, movement, and exercise, right? Out of all the things, I believe, first on the top is stress management and second is sleep. So during sleep, there are a number of things that are happening. First, we have to get into different stages of the sleep, and only when we get into that deep stage of sleep, human growth hormone is released. And when this is released, exercise creates micro tears in the muscles, we all know that. So the inflammation happens when we are exercising. But when we are sleeping, this human growth hormone helps to release anti-inflammatory cytokines so that the muscles are recovered and the micro tears in the muscles is recovered. And not just that, it will also help in building protein within your muscle. So muscle repair, protein building within the muscle, and also the glycogen stores which were used up during exercise are also refilled while you're sleeping. And not just that, for you to be more attentive and improved reaction time, that is improved cognition, happens only when you're sleeping well and you're not deprived. And your immune system also is very alert and active only when you're getting good sleep. Not just that, the hormonal balance is maintained. We have seen people who are deprived of sleep and gone into numerous hormonal imbalances. Their appetite is increased, their priority to eat more refined foods increases. So these hormonal imbalances happen, and issues like infertility also develops. So overall, for good metabolism and to improve muscle recovery and also to maintain good immune system, sleep is very important. In today's modern lifestyle, people are trying to exercise from the time they get. Also, I would say the focus on nutrition has improved, but I see that they're not maintaining the mental health well. Maybe it's because of unawareness. They're not aware that they're not able to cope stress. We all have stresses. Stress is good, whether to accomplish a task or to get into competition. Stress is good for us to achieve something. That should be short-lived. Stress should come in, we should be finishing the task, and it should get back to normal. Because during stress, cortisol is released. We accomplish the task, cortisol should be reduced. But what is happening in modern time is we have so much stress throughout the day. If one task is over, we have other tasks, we have multiple tasks, we keep multitasking. So the alert system is always high. Cortisol is always high. It is not going down. That is where the problem lies, because it disrupts your immune system. It increases your levels like insulin. It also increases your ghrelin hormone, which is for hunger. And also you'll get leptin resistance. The leptin is a hormone which makes you feel that your stomach full. That will become more resistant. So you wouldn't know if you're eating enough. So you'll have eating disorders. Number of things like this happen when you are having continuous ongoing stresses. So how do we need to handle this ongoing stress? We need to have stress coping mechanisms. We need to be doing things like breathing exercise, the different kinds of breathing exercises that we should be getting into our regime. And also exercise is one of them, because exercise will boost these good neurotransmitters like serotonin and dopamine and will help us be more happy and more healthy. So stress management is very, very crucial. Since we shouldn't keep body on high alert all the time, because high alert means high inflammation in the body, which means you're at risk for very chronic diseases in the future. To prevent all these from happening, understanding that we're going to stress is important, and incorporating stress coping mechanisms in day-to-day life is very crucial. I see that people often miss focusing on mental health. As you rightly said, they try to take out time, do exercise, try to sleep better, try to make social connections as well. But they miss out that mental health exercises are also important. What are the different ways to exercise your brain? As we get exercise to the body, brain also needs an exercise, right? We need to be learning new skill or learning a new language. Basically, you need to challenge your brain to stay healthy. That is how we improve mental health. So challenging our mental health could be playing a new game or taking new directions to work or learning a new skill, learning a new language. By doing these new things throughout your life and as you're aging, will build new neural connections. It is called neuroplasticity. And things like Sudoku or mentally challenging exercise like playing different puzzles, all these, and word puzzles or word games, games which can, trigger your memory, reaction time, or recovering your past memory. All these things do help in improving your new brain connections or improving your neuroplasticity. That's how cognition enhancing exercises are crucial. Some of the benefits are got by physical exercises, but most of these benefits are also you can get by challenging your brain by doing this cognition enhancing exercises. Community has got a very central role in connecting all the dots. I would say all the physical health, mental health, the inspiration, all these do come from having a community who have similar aspirations, similar goals, or it could be simply keeping yourself happy and having a more positive environment is what, when we say community, we want more positivity around us. We need more inspiration, we need more motivation. So all these are very important, and making social connections do impact every aspect of it. It can improve your mental health. It can improve, you can get up buddies to work out together. You'll be able to learn a new skill when you're together in a community. Social connections do help prevent diseases as such, because we have seen people who are more socially active, who are in these kind of community setups, have less risk of anxiety and depression like symptoms, which are very important, because we know people who live alone and not networking with anybody else, either too toxic at work or not making any kind of social connections, do develop many mental health problems, and also will lead to chronic diseases like cardiovascular risk, stroke, type 2 diabetes. All these risks increase. So making social connections is very important, and building a community and staying in a community and sharing activities and co-building activities is important. So when we talk about different priorities from a homemaker point of view, she has a certain list of priorities that she has to finish by the end of the day, right? But among them, most of them do not place their health as one of a prioritization. They don't prioritize. Keeping that on the checklist is very important. Giving some time for your both mental health and physical health is important. You need not hit a gym to accomplish certain exercises. There are many exercises that you can do at home in a small space. You do not need fancy equipment. You do not need a fancy gym to finish your exercise. You can just simply exercise at home. Of course, you can get some guidance with a trainer coming to home, or you can get many videos which are available online today. You can just follow and finish your task at home. But out of everything, I feel keeping that time for yourself, writing it down that these minutes of activity is important for me is important. Not hitting the gym or not getting ready to go to a gym. All these will certainly eat away our time. But doing exercise wherever you are, at least when there is a time where you're not able to do anything, simply walking in the area that you have got is critical as well. See, when you say that a homemaker is doing a lot of work at home, yes, they definitely do a lot of work, which is movement. So they are covering non-exercise active thermogenesis. That is, they're able to burn some amount of calories by staying more active, which is very good, which most of the people who are working, sitting in a chair are not doing. By that, they have accomplished something, but that is not everything. To get the benefits of staying healthy overall, simply doing your day-to-day chores or task is not enough. That is good, but not enough. So for that, taking some extra time of 30 minutes to do some form of exercise where you put body into a motion and increasing your heart rate and blood pressure by certain limit is important. By doing day-to-day chores, we are not helping our heart to beat faster, right? We are not increasing blood pressure because we are doing our home chores at a comfort zone. For exercise to happen, you should at least do low intensity or moderate intensity exercise, which is at least you have to raise your heart rate by 60 to 70% of your maximum heart rate, which means you are able to talk to another person while you're doing exercise, but you are breathing little breathless at that time. This is called talk test. You will be able to talk to other person, but you're feeling little bit breathless. That is the exercise we all need along with regular chores. There are many health indicators, right? We check our height, we check our blood pressure, we check our SpO2, we check our heart rate. There are many indicators of health. But according to latest studies, we have seen that hand grip is very crucial because it will determine the amount of force you're able to apply from your forearm and hand to grasp something with power. This arises only when you have certain strength in the body, your muscle and bone is strong enough. And this hand grip determines your risk for chronic diseases. You have less hand grip strength, you're at risk for chronic disease. You have better hand grip or more hand grip strength according to age and sex, you are at a lesser risk. According to the age and gender, we have different values as to what is your optimum should be. But again, if you have certain injuries, you have certain ligament issues, you have carpal tunnel syndrome, you have nerve injuries or neuropathies, all these may hamper your hand grip strength, but that shouldn't stop us from improving it. As you said, twisting a towel or dead hang, things like this will improve our hand grip. Or simply buying a dynamometer and keeping it at home and using a force to press it to achieve a certain level is important. So it's important in our day-to-day exercise regimes and routines, we include hand grip strengthening exercises. It could be as you're sitting simply and holding a tennis ball in your hand and squeezing it at the maximum force you can. So all these things like this can improve your hand grip. So for anybody, any age, whatever your fitness level is, at least to start off with, walking is most crucial because it's easy on joints. Any age group person can start off, or it's a good addition if you're already doing other forms of exercise. Beyond walking, now there's zone 2 training, there's high intensity interval workout, and there's strength training, which when combined, all these three throughout our week will give added benefits. When we say zone 2, it's a medium impact or medium intensity workout, where on a talk test, you're able to talk to the next person, but you're feeling little breathless. This is the kind of activity where you may do swimming, cycling, jogging, or even climbing a mountain at a medium intensity workout. This should be at least 4 to 5 times a week. Now, anaerobic training is very important to improve your muscle power and also to build your muscle and to improve your bone density and prevent muscle loss. So these high intensity interval training should be at least once a week in your regime. And strength training is very important. As we age, it should be given more preference. And I would say that should be at least 2 to 3 times a week, and which should increase when you're aging. And when it comes to yoga, since it's a good blend of flexibility, balance, strength, and it's also a medium intensity workout, and intensity can vary depending on the person doing yoga, it is also a good addition. Overall, all these exercises, when combined into your weekly regime, should give you a overall good balanced fitness regime. All these exercises, when combined well, and will give a very comprehensive fitness regime and will help us live longer, healthier, which means we will be able to achieve longevity when we are combining and doing these various forms of aerobic, anaerobic, and strength training exercises.